Howdy everybody, and welcome to another edition of the DEADPIT Reviews Everything in the Fucking World series. And this is where it's going to get fun. Because we're
gonna have some fun.
Beat you in the dick. This film that we're going to review is not really a classic, but it is, I guess, a classic in our hearts.
Yeah.
And this is the sequel to a film that we've already reviewed, which was Sleepaway Camp. This is Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers. And you notice right off the bat that the lady in the goddamn DVD and in the poster is not in the film.
That's true.
Why is that? Do you know?
I don't know. I think we asked Michael Sampson at one time, and he didn't really have an answer to that either because he wasn't in charge of the poster or anything.
They were just like, hey, we need to make a poster of this thing. And Pamela Springsteen's off photographer and like,
what's weird is I wonder who the fuck that woman is, though. Is she an actor, or is she a model, or what?
That's a good question. We should try to figure that out.
Who is that woman?
If anybody knows who that woman is in the poster of Sleepaway Camp 2 and on the DVDs and everything, please let us know.
I wonder if she's married to...
Bam Bam Bigelow?
No, Eric Freeman.
I bet she'd be easier to find than Eric Freeman. So anyway, Sleepaway Camp 2.
Yeah. Basically, with the first Sleepaway Camp, Robert Hiltzik directed it, and, you know, it had some fun stuff here and there and cheesy stuff here and there. But when Michael Sampson come and, you know, he's in charge of the sequels, you know, he turned the cheese factor and the comedy up at least 10, 11 notches.
Yeah. This movie is set, I think, 5 years after whatever happened with the original movie. And in this one, isn't it like she escaped a mental asylum or something like that? Or she was like locked up?
Changed her name.
So, yeah. And she's become a camp counselor now. And the thing that they did that I thought was really, really brilliant is they made her the killer that's like, she's this super good, like, you know, red, white, and blue, apple pie kind of acting person who the reason why she kills people is if they break some sort of moral rule or something like that. And that's kind of her character. And I got to admit that, you know...
And she does play it well. I mean, that's the thing. Like, you know, Angela in the first movie is really a very quiet, only, you know, one-word answers, a couple lines. That's why Felicia Rose would have never worked in these movies. They had to get somebody else that was, you know, that could at least deliver the lines. You know, no offense to her or anything, but, you know, at this point in time, I think she was probably, in high school or something by the time this came out, so probably wasn't going to work.
When the hell did this movie come out?
I think this movie came out like 87, 88, something like that.
Right, it did, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, I think that with Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, that the death scenes, they're very creative, very cheesy at the same time, and it makes for a more entertaining movie, to be honest. I mean, you know, you got a lot of stuff happening in a brief period of time. These movies are short, they're fun, they're just popcorn movies, and it's, you know, Pamela Springsteen did a great job in both of these movies.
Here's the thing I don't think people realize that I think this movie actually got was to make a slasher movie work, all you really have to do is make sure that every death scene is creative and has like its own set piece, okay? And by that I mean they should all take place in different areas where something is unique about it. Like take Friday the 13th, right? You had the archery death scene, you had the bed bungalow death scene with the arrow and shit coming up out of there, you had the axe death scene. Like they're all unique.
And they kind of... You see the location beforehand too.
Right,
you're like,
right.
Okay, that's something, they're going to go back to that at some point.
And in this, there's several scenes that you can remember, and probably the one that stands out to me the most is the outhouse scene. But almost all the scenes are set up that way, you know, where there's going to be some big payoff to the scene. And there's one-liners and shit, like there's all the stuff that make...
Also something too is like... the movie, too, it seems to kind of like, you know, the Angela character is kind of like winking at you while she's doing her dirty deeds, if you will. So it's kind of like that type of movie, too, where you're like, you're like, oh, this is just all in good fun, where you're not going to be, they don't really make movies like that anymore. Movies.
And it also references other horror films, which not a lot of films at that time especially did.
True that.
Which is that...
Actually, just look at the damn poster. I don't know how they got away with that, by the way.
Yeah.
Which, that poster is pretty difficult to find.
I've got it.
Yeah, fuck you.
No, but seriously, it is one of the few movies I can ever think of where they actually took different things from other horror movies around that time and put it in the movie, because she uses the glove and the fucking hockey mask and stuff in the movie.
Yeah.
Which is bizarre that they could do that, but yeah, she does.
It's low budget. They got away with it. But, you're going to have a lot of fun with Sleepaway Camp 2. And I honestly think, like, a lot of people are a little too hard on these movies. Like, I enjoy all the Sleepaway Camp movies, at least the first 3,
I'm telling you, to me, this one is the best one. And I know that that's odd or whatever, but it's my favorite of the series of movies.
Yeah. So, isn't this one that Renee Estevez was also in that?
It is, yeah.
She's like the kind of the lead good girl, I think, in it. So anyway, that is it. Sleepaway Camp 2, check it out now. I think Anchor Bay still has the damn thing out.
They do, bulls.
No Blu-ray yet, baby, but you can enjoy the DVD.
It'll come out on Blu-ray. Everything will come out on Blu-ray.
I actually think these movies are on Netflix too, or at least they were. So check all that out and check us out over at DEADPIT.com.